How are you today? Now, chances are you're going to say, not bad. I've seen better days. Yeah, I'm okay. Well, my name's Dale and I want to talk a little bit about how we make affirmations work for us. Now, the problem is with our affirmations is they start at a young age. So you might have had a parent or a peer or a friend who has said something to you and then you've spent the rest of your life going, I'm rubbish at maths. I'm not creative. Oh, you know what I'm like. And they're all examples of not great affirmations. Now, remember when I was young and we didn't realise that my dad was a bit of a drinker. And he would come back from wherever he had been and mum would say something and he'd get me and my brother to dance around singing, Here We Go Again. Now, mum and I have talked about that and, she felt awful, like completely and utterly worthless, like some kind of nagging whatever. But we didn't know at the time. So, those kind of things go to shape who we are. Also growing up, I had the delight of being told to shut up, children are seen and not heard, and all kinds of other things that really closed me down, made me feel invisible, and that what I had to say wasn't actually worth anything. Much later, I had a husband. I've had two, and both not the most pleasant people in the world. But husband number one used to call me stupid. And what I did is I went and did a master's degree. I went and did an MBA. I passed it. But what I remember is this. I remember walking down the corridor. I can still see it. Walking down the corridor, everyone was buzzing around the door, looking to see had they passed. There was my name. There was the pass. I felt worthless. So although I'd done 3 years of work, I felt completely useless. And the other thing I went and did, don't tell a soul. They put my dissertation in the library because it was exemplary. I thought it was really rubbish, so I went and stole it so nobody could read it. And that's how much negative affirmations had affected my life. It also caused me to not set strong boundaries. So I found myself with these negative affirmations that really, really didn't help me. I used to exercise like a lunatic. I'd be in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd go running, which I hate, cycling. I'd do all these kind of like mental exercise classes. I thought I was fat. And I remember going out one day, I actually built my confidence up. I went and bought this really sexy little slinky dress from a punk shop that was, it was like a tube and it was a leopard print. And I went out and some bloke walked up to me and said, nice body, shame about the face. I didn't want to, didn't want to be around. So I went back to my baggy clothes, kept saying how much I hated my body and stuff like that. So eventually something happened and I was in my second relationship and, he did a lot to reinforce negative affirmations and something happened and I left him. Something happened that was a gift. And I put my 2 doggies in our motorhome and I drove to Spain. And there I fell to pieces. And what I did on my own was discovered how to learn to love myself. Because then when I had, I think it was 2016, I had an overactive thyroid. So this is at the throat chakra. And what I did is I changed my diet, but I used affirmations. I used crystals, affirmations and visualization to help it heal. And I turned that around. Then in 2018, my spine fractured and it was horrendous. I say to people I took 12 months off work. I actually took a lot longer. I had other complications. But this is when I started to really make affirmations work for me. So I started writing affirmations down about healing my bones. And I realised that I wasn't doing them quite right because I didn't just want to have healed bones. I wanted healthy bones. I wanted strong bones. So the more I played with those affirmations, the better I became. I did things like I bought magnetic letters to go on the fridge, and I wrote my affirmations on there. So the affirmations would go in my journal. I journaled loads and loads and loads. And what I would sometimes find is I would write an affirmation that might not be related to my bones and feel great resistance. So here's the first thing I'd say about when you start to use much more positive affirmations is notice the resistance. Because if you notice the resistance, what it's saying to you is there's something that you need to look at. And that is a gift. So when we do affirmations, we look to see what are the challenges, what are the lessons, and what are the gifts. And that resistance really is so super powerful. Because let's face it, what's the point in going, I'm attracting, whatever it is into my life, when you actually don't believe it, when actually you've got some stuff that is deep rooted that you need to deal with. So really see that resistance as a massive gift. So the way that I work with affirmations is I make my journaling really easy. I'll pick a word of the day. So if I pick a word of the day, which is say like peace, then I might say, today I'm finding peace in many moments. Now, what if I've got a really busy day and I don't take time out and I don't look after myself and I'm not kind and compassionate and all I do is work. I haven't fulfilled my affirmation. I haven't stopped and found peace in the moment. So my invitation is look at affirmations in a really different way. So I'm going to give you a little affirmation from this book. I've got several books with affirmations in. I've got one for the heart chakra, and then I've got this one. So what I do with these is I flick through, flick, and then I'm going to choose an affirmation for you. And the affirmation says, today I am following my passion. Follow the calling of your heart. Fill yourself with passion. Life will flow the way that you most desire. So, follow your passion. Notice where the resistance is. And then when you get to the end of the day, journal. So my name's Dale. You can find me at daledarley.com. And I truly hope that you have a fantastic day with your affirmation, whatever it might be. Take care.